Yeah, what is good, everybody? I've been noticing a few things on Twitter recently. If you watch the Kino Casino, you know that Godwinson made a video about Andy Worski and PPP. He had some very good criticism, valid criticisms I have outspoken before. Like, why is PPP all about the numbers and the money? Like, why is that like one of his dunks now? Like, I mean, I get it. It's funny, but it's just a repeated, unfunny, like, you're beating a dead horse. It's a Kumite thing. It's a Killstream thing. It's an Ethan Ralph thing to do. And you guys dunk on Ethan Ralph by acting like Ethan Ralph, which just makes you Ethan Ralph when people get bored of you. That's all it's going to be. The very little limited, like, the very limited niche shtick you guys are doing is going to run out. And I hope that's not the case. I hope more content, subjects, topics getting injected. I'd like to see a little bit more structure, to be honest, but I don't watch it really, so I'm just seeing a lot of Kino Casino talk. And Godwinson makes a video. Andy melts down on Twitter, and I'm going to say he did melt down because everything he was saying about Godwinson's video, about Godwinson, and about the episode Godwinson was on is out of the Ethan Ralph coping and seething playbook. It's out of the IBS I just got owned playbook. It's out of like the Gamergate playbook. You know, like it's just so many. It's the same playbook professional victims use, or people that are kind of salty they got owned. And I pointed that out. I said, "Hey, Worski, like, what the hell is this Ethan Ralph talk? Like, it's all with this all coping. I know you're funnier than this. You can dunk on Godwinson without crying about numbers and money, or using that as a you don't got that, I do." Which, I'm pretty sure a lot of these low-end streams don't make as much money as some of the viewers do, just working their casual jobs and enjoying themselves. So it's always funny when someone's like, "Oh yeah, look at that, 200 viewers, and we made $200 tonight." I just think, just bragging about that's kind of dumb, because the second that goes away, you can already be made fun of. And that's what happens usually with the law cows, the spurgs, the autists. Like, the second their numbers they're bragging about drops, and you point it out, they're like, well, if you were here a month ago, it was, it's just a bad argument to have in the book of arguments or your book of replies. But I pointed out Andy should have made fun of Godwinson better. And then eventually he started doing it. Even though he's still crying about numbers, he makes better effort. I'm not saying it's because of me. I was one of the people, a part of that big group that were saying, like, "Hey, what the fuck?" But anyways, so I noticed that. I noticed Andy was kind of using some coping and seething, and then he started, like, turning away from that. Cool. And then I also pointed out that I've noticed PPP is acting exactly like every other figure from the IBS days, and that was surrounding the people that stepped away from IBS. Like, it's all the same type of people, it's just they're all spread out, and IBS is back, and it's called Kino Casino or Kino or whatever the fuck. I mean, if you just look at what happened back then and what happened now, it's all kind of like very similar. It's kind of the same shit. Like, you got a show, you got the morning casino, the Kumite Casino, the Kino Casino, pretty much replacing the morning Kumite. And you have Andy Worski on there. There's kayfabe that's being thrown around. Like, it's not far. And they're dunking on Ralph, which, you have to have a target to dunk on. Kumite had their skeptics or whatever, and it's all a cycle that's repeating. PPP is just a character. He's neither fully, he's immersing himself so hard into playing the bit, which I doubt, because I don't think any of them are that smart. To me, it just comes off more of a, unintentionally being a spurg. I know I've seen people say that he is a spurg before. I don't watch much PPP. I don't care. I just think he's just another Tonka saw. And I say that because Andy Worski picked him as a co-host. Andy Worski's co-host all melted down, all exploded in his face, whether it's because of him or outside factors. It always ends badly. And I'm just seeing this all gear up. You got Godwinson in there that led PPP astray according to Andy's reply, which has me thinking, if Godwinson can pull PPP away, PPP is going to be able to be pulled away again. If a girl cheats on you, she's going to cheat again. If you cheat on a bitch, you're going to cheat again. That's kind of really how it goes, unless you felt really bad about cheating, which I doubt it. But Andy's had JF, fucking some other people I don't care about, Tonka Saw. He's had like just co-hosts that neither blew up in his face or he acted like a spurg and pissed them off. And I say that because Andy, I guess, on Discord, someone pointed out, clipped it, talked about it, and said, hey, right, here's the point on a recent episode of Kino that Andy got pissed off at PPP for laughing. And Godwinson, I think, pointed that out, that there is some kind of, like, little bit of a, what is that, tension between them. You know? And I guess Andy is a shit host, is shit at preparation, whereas PPP wants the preparation and wants the structure. And you can see, like, when they're just, like, kind of, like, just brushing off stuff, like, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Like, if you point out that they're getting mad at each other, getting angry, more than likely they're going to make it a joke or make it a bit, but it's not. Because PPP, I guess, had this little, a noise when he wanted to make fun of Andy, or was like this is what someone was talking about and was showing on Discord, that PPP would make fun of Andy. Then you have Andy getting pissed off at PPP for getting mad. I don't think Godwinson's video was completely off from the truth. There's probably a lot of bias and butthurt in there, but I'm seeing just a little bit of problems on the outside. On just a dumb shit loser Twitter account is noticing these things. And since it's a huge subject on my feed, I figured I'd talk about it, but it looks like things are rough for the Kino Casino people. I'm noticing that, Andy got a little bit too upset over, over Godwinson, and was now using the numbers and the fucking money he makes, which is Godwinson's point of criticism, to dunk on Godwinson. And then you have PPP acting like a character, acting like a sped, trying to do some shady fucking back rooms, like oust somebody shit. Remember when Kumite tried to get rid of Andy? Yeah. See, this is like a fucking very huge deja vu moment. I just got reminded of that. I mean, I miss the days. I miss the fun. I miss old Kumite, to be honest. But I didn't miss all the bullshit that came with it and people getting too butthurt and invested emotionally. I had the opinion that if you try to do a Bloodsport stream, you need to have enough content to coast off of, so you don't become the content. And it already seems like they committed the cardinal sin of IBS by creating the content, by being the content. Because that usually becomes too stressful, you run out, and then now you have to actually like gay op and kayfabe for something that gets views. That's my opinion of everything. That's what I'm noticing. I don't wish them a failure. I wish things would change. I wish things improved, I should say, and the content becomes more diverse and they don't cope and seethe when made fun of. To them, it may not seem like a cope and seethe. I'm just saying that's what it came on the outside perspective. Because, Andy was like, the numbers. Wait, I got an addendum to this. On top of what I've noticed with the casino, people that are watching it, commentating on it, and observing it are also fighting with each other. Supporters fighting with each other. Fucking, it's weird. I just want to say, it just seems like everyone's getting mad at each other, and that's where that led me up to the IBS 2.0. It's because people are just now getting cross with each other, having some resentments, getting a little bit angry. It sounds like something big's coming, but this is my addendum to what I just said. Have a good one, everyone.